quick little update on some projects on the PM30-MV. So I was in the middle of machining some knives that I'm super happy with. This is the first one, and for those of you who are maybe following me on Instagram, the one or two people maybe watching this video that follow me on Instagram, you saw I was sort of having some issues with the bevel on this knife. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but there's a ridge here. So the bevel doesn't meet the flat part of the blade here nicely. It's not a smooth transition. There was a ridge here. I was racking my brains figuring out what the heck all went wrong with it, because this side was perfect. I machined this side first, and I thought, okay, I got the thickness of the material wrong because there's a ridge in there. I flipped the part over and machined this bevel to prove that same thing, and it wasn't true. This side of the bevel, I wonder if I do something like this, is totally perfect. And this side of the bevel is totally not. So I was racking my brains at the end of the day. It was my fault. Total programming error. This is the second knife, and it's totally gone away. I wonder if you can see. I had my zero set 10 thou too high, and it makes sense. Things are off by 10 thou, but on this second knife, came out really, really nice. I wish you guys could see the edge because it's totally perfect, and I'm really happy. It's 20 thou the whole way, and yeah, totally even, totally flat. I was really curious how the mill would do the Precision Matthews PM30. I was really curious how it would do holding such like a finicky kind of flatness. You know, you got to machine one side, flip it on the other side. It's got to be perfectly even, otherwise you'd see it in places like this, and it came out really, really well. I'm super happy. But in the middle of all that, I was machining a knife. Here's the fixture for the knife. I was getting in here with a little 1/8 inch end mill, and I heard belt squealing and the motor bogging down. So I turned the machine off right away. You know, 1/8 inch end mill doesn't put any load on the machine really. And there you go. You can guess what happened next. The spindle was feeling really chunky, and so I pulled it out. And for anybody that's got a PM30-MV, this is a totally disassembled kind of lower spindle assembly on Precision Matthews PM30. Really simple to take apart. I can't really, I guess, talk about how it comes apart when I've got one hand here, but maybe I'll get a camera out when I'm putting it together. I figured there was a blown bearing, and there isn't. And so I'm scratching my head a little bit as to what all went wrong. I was expecting to have to replace one or both of these bearings, and they look fine. Everything looks good. Certainly nothing is blown when, you know, when they're all together. It feels nice. Now, I gotta say, it doesn't feel perfect, but I'm only running 3,000 RPM. I don't think perfect. No, you know, it feels really good. Yeah. And again, I'm only running 3,000 RPM. This is not generally what a blown bearing looks like. So a little bit of confusion. I guess I'm pleasantly surprised because it might mean I don't have to go getting new bearings. But a nice night of knife making turned into a spindle rebuild night, which isn't really ever fun, but I guess I'm learning something here. It's my first time taking this spindle apart, so it's probably overdue for a cleaning and maybe another greasing anyway. I guess it's not all bad, but there you have it. Everything in a PM30-MV lower spindle assembly.